Guten Tag.
Ciao.
Konnichiwa.
Yasas.
And shalom. Welcome, boys and girls, for another fantastic morning. My name's Tom.
And my name's Abby.
We've got another exciting morning planned for you today. We've got a wiggle time, we've got a story, we've got a crafty craft, and we have a fantastic worship time at the end. So to kick us off, guys, we have got a fantastic wiggle time with Abby.
Hi everyone, it's Abby and we're going to be doing some wiggle time. So I want you all to jump up off of the sofa and pull mum and dad up and granny and granddad up, get them to stand up, and we're going to do some aerobics. So we're going to do 5 actions. We're going to do touch the sky really high. You can go on your tippy toes if you want. We're going to go to the floor all the way down to your toes. Can you touch your toes? I can sort of. Then we're going to spin around with your arms out. Woo! And you'll get dizzy. Then I want you to hop. I don't mind which one you hop on. And then last one I want you to do a star jump, like this. So this time Tom's going to be calling out the actions and you're going to follow what I'm doing. Take it away.
Good luck. Star jumps.
Star jumps, guys. Come on, let's get the heart rate going.
Spinning around.
Woo! Round and round we go.
Touch the ceiling.
Woo!
Touch the floor. Star jumps.
Oh, this is hard.
Spin around.
Spinning around. You might want to go the other way, maybe, if you're daring enough. Woo!
Star jumps.
Oh, star jumps, star jumps. How many can you do, guys?
Touch the ceiling.
Whoa! Can you touch your ceiling at home?
Touch the floor.
Woo! Are you bending your knees?
Star jumps.
Star jumps, feet. Oh, are you getting out of bed? You haven't had any hopping yet.
Hopping.
Oh, hop, 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 hop. Can you jump on the other leg as well?
Star jumps.
Oh, star jumps.
Hopping.
Oh, hopping. Maybe hop round.
Spinning around.
Woo! Hop and spin. Oh no, maybe not.
Touch the floor. Touch the sky.
Whoa!
Touch the floor. Touch the sky.
I might be
Touch the
cheating.
floor. Touch the sky.
Ah!
And spin around.
Woo!
And hop.
Oh! Hop, 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 hop. Maybe the other leg.
Touch the floor. Hop.
Oh!
Star jumps.
Star jumps. Okay guys, I think we've got out of breath enough now. Grab yourself a drink and have a sit down.
Thank you, Abby. That was a great wiggle time.
Hope it got you up and moving. Now it's time for a story with the amazing Alan. Take it away.
Good morning, everyone. Today's story is taken from My First Bible. It comes from Luke chapter 10, and the story is just called The Good Friend. The religious leaders started to become jealous of Jesus' popularity. Some of them wanted to get rid of him. Others wanted him to die. One teacher asked difficult questions to try and catch Jesus out. "How can I get eternal life?" he asked. "You know God's law," Jesus replied. "What does it tell you to do?" "It says, I must love God with all my heart and strength and mind," answered the teacher. "It says I must love my neighbour too. But who is my neighbour?" Jesus told the teacher a story to answer his question. One day, a Jewish man set off on a journey from Jerusalem to Jericho, said Jesus. It was a difficult and dangerous journey. On the way, some robbers ambushed him and beat him. They stole his clothes and money and left him for dead at the side of the road. A little while later, a priest came past. He saw the man lying at the side of the road, but quickly hurried on his way. He didn't stop to help the man at all. A little while after that, a teacher of law came along. He went across to have a closer look, like most people do, at a man and did not stop to help him. Finally, a man from the country of Samaria came along. Jewish people did not like people from Samaria, but when the Samaritan saw the injured man, he hurried over to help him. He cleaned the man's wounds as best as he could, carefully placed him on his donkey, and took him to an inn. The next day, the Samaritan had to continue his journey. He said to the innkeeper, "Here is some money. Take care of this Jewish man. On my return, I will pay any extra money that is owed for his care." Jesus looked at the teacher who had questioned him. "Which of the three people in the story would you say was a good friend and neighbour?" "The Samaritan was a good friend," replied the teacher. "Then go and try to be like him," said Jesus. That's all, kids. See you again soon. Have a good time. Bye.
Thank you, Alan. That was a great story time. Now we've all heard today's story, and it was the Good Samaritan, which is a brilliant story. It's time to see what our craft is today. Who has craft time today, Abby?
It's Ulrika. Take it away.
Hello everyone, welcome to Craft Time. I'm Ulrika and today we are doing the Good Samaritan's first aid bag. Something like that, with all its contents. Let me take you through the things you need. You need 2 sheets of white A4 card. You need some colouring in pencils to colour it in and decorate it. A scissor to cut out around the items. And some blue tack to fix the items into your first aid bag. So ask an adult to print you out the 2 sheets which are in the attached link. Let's start first with making the bag. You can colour in the red cross and you ask an adult to cut out the grey shaded areas. Especially you probably need some help for the handle bit in the middle. And then you fold the card in half and you should end up with something like that. The thing's cut out and you can decorate it as much as you like. And then I want you to take the second sheet with all the contents and colour all the items in and cut around the dotted lines or roughly around the outlines of the items. And you should end up with items like that. And then, if you fix a little bit of blue tack on the end, on the other side of the items, then you can stick it into your bag. And then you got a fully first aid kit. And when you see someone who needs help, like the Good Samaritan, then you can come and help them and look after them. Have fun making it. See you next time. Bye.
What a brilliant craft. We really look forward to seeing those this week. Make sure you tag us on Instagram. Now it's time to jump up and get your singing voices ready and your instruments out because it's time for another worship song with Beth. Take it away.
The king of the giants, my God's the king of the lions, my God's the king of the creatures of the deep, my God's the king of me. Have you heard the story about my friend King Dave? Wouldn't let the giant stand in his way. He said, hand me my sling, cause he's not that tall. My God is bigger and I watch him fall. My God's the king of the giants, my God's the king of the lions, my God's the king of the creatures of the deep, my God's the king of me. Have you heard the one about this guy called Dan? Yes, he was a mighty holy praying man. They said throw him to the den of the scary beasts, but God saved a hero from the lion's teeth. Yeah! My God's the king of the giants, my God's the king of the lions, my God's the king of the creatures of the deep, my God's the king of me. when I'm lost and afraid, all alone in the dark, you're with me. Oh, you're with me. My God's the king of the giants. My God's the king of the lions. My God's the king of the creatures of the deep. My God's the king of me. My God's the king of the giants. My God's the king of the lions. My God's the king of the creatures of the deep. My God's the king of me. My God's the king of me.
Thanks, Beth. That was a super worship time. So, kids, what have we learnt today? We've heard the Good Samaritan story, and we had a fantastic craft where we made a first aid kit. What can we take away from today? As we saw in the story, there was an injured person who was at the side of the road. And who walked by? A priest walked by. Did the priest help? No. That's really bad, really shameful. The priest didn't help. And then a Levite came by, and you'd have thought they would help as well. But they didn't help at all. They just walked on still. And it was the Samaritan guys, the third person that came by, who thought, crikey, this person really needs my help. And not only did they patch them up and put plasters on their sores, they took them to the nearest hotel and paid for them to rest there and be fed until they were fully back to health. That's phenomenal.
So children, in the story, what Jesus is trying to teach the people in the temple is that we need to show love and kindness to everybody. That's really important. And we need to remember that we're all different, and some people will have different coloured skin, some people will have different coloured hair, some people will look different, there'll be different ages, there'll be different abilities, but it doesn't matter because God has asked us as his children to love everybody and be kind to everybody. It says in the Bible, love God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your strength, and love others more than yourself. Can you imagine that?
Wow.
Why not this week? Can you find somebody either at home or at school, maybe when you go back to school, maybe it doesn't have to be this week, who you've never spoken to before, that you think maybe you could be their friend? It doesn't matter what they look like, it doesn't matter where they've come from or what their ability is. Jesus asks that we go and be friends with everybody.
So, until next week, guys, have a fantastic time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.